everyone, welcome to Chef Special. I'm your host Aleesha. On this show, we go visit restaurants and have a fine dining experience and learn new recipes from them. Today, we are at Patio. This is one of my favorite restaurants. The ambience, the food, everything about this place is just amazing. We're going to be talking to the chefs and learning their signature recipes and finding out how we can make them at home. So come with me and let's have a chat with them. We are here with the owner of this fine establishment, Miss Sunita. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How have you been?
I've been really good. So before I ask you about this place, I want to know a little about yourself and your journey to how you got here.
Born in Bombay and फिर schooling मैंने जयपुर में किया, राजस्थान महारानी गायत्री देवी गर्ल्स स्कूल था. फिर वापस बॉम्बे आ गए. सोफाया कॉलेज में एडमिशन एंड देन वो एक 6 months का गैप होता है between college and school.
And how old were you here?
I was around, I think just completed 17, 18.
Okay.
In those days, I used to be Cambridge, so वो qualifications ज़रा अलहदा थी. And then in those 6 months, I decided to do some art classes because मैं art college में जा रही थी. And वहाँ पे art classes के साथ कोई cooking classes होते थे. So I decided, asked my dad, कि can I do some cooking? And my dad was very fond of desserts. He's like, अगर dessert सीखोगी तो जाकर सीख लो.
No, मेरे लिए भी बेहतरी होगी इसमें.
तो बस वैसे वहाँ से शुरू हुआ. Then I came here. I have no formal education on cooking. I never went to any specialized school. The class I went was by a home housewife actually, जो पारसी औरत थी, and she was, Masala, I learned a lot of basics from her.
Okay.
And then over here, we friends decided to go to Mrs. Syed one day because I had no concept of Pakistani food. And हमारे घर में बॉम्बे में तो ज़्यादा vegetarian खाना होता था, तो I learned a lot of non-vegetarian over here.
Okay, so you came back?
Yeah,
okay.
No. From Bombay, I got married and I came here.
Okay. And this passion for food, ये हमेशा से था वहाँ पे या
जी,
फिर?
then it was to create something, just make something. And my first passion baking थी.
Okay.
और मैंने इतने cakes कचरे के डब्बे में फेंके हैं कि बात नहीं पूछे.
How did this place come into happening? How did this place come into creation? Because the story about this area is that these places are actually houses.
Yes.
And I would love to know how this establishment has picked up from that time to now.
Okay, when we were looking for a place, I was in partnership with a friend.
Okay.
And actually she roped me into opening. She said, no, you're so good and you need to come in with me and let's open a restaurant. She really talked me into it.
Really?
Because I was quite content being a housewife and I had Zenini and I was quite content. I was doing my own food that I liked cooking at home and for my friends and family.
So you were hosting and they were always enjoying your food, of course.
And then I also went into pickling. One of my big passions then became to pickle, to make jams and pickles, and so I used to give it to my friends and I enjoyed all of that.
Did you start selling those as well?
No, what should I say? I never sold a product of mine in those days.
It was made out of love. And
yeah.
for love.
Somebody would say, I want carrot pickle or chili pickle or lime pickle, mango pickle. In mango season, I used to do a lot of mangoes, different kinds. Anyway, it all started that way. And then she roped me into coming here. We went looking for places. At that time, there was Cafe Flow in this lane.
Okay.
And she said, let's look over here. And my house, I lived over here nearby. So I said, this suits me fine for me to go home for my children. And it kind of was very convenient.
And this is how long ago? When
this was nearly
started?
13, 14 years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did this name come about?
Okay, now that's the strangest thing. The name was a big criteria. We didn't know what to name this place. And when we came into this place, there was a little tree that was a pomegranate tree with one solitary pomegranate hanging from it. And I told my partner at that point, I said, let's call it the pomegranate tree. And I think she wasn't very keen on it. And then she said, you know what, if the tree dies, we've not even taken the place, and God forbid something happens. And so then we were sitting outside at that point, and said, Patio, I don't know whether it was her or me. I really genuinely don't remember that.
You were sitting in a patio, basically.
So we said, okay, let's name it Patio. It was like we didn't want a personal name, not hers or mine. We wanted something generic as such. So.
And what I wanted to know was how you've trained your staff, and have they gone through you and under you? And is there how did you choose that these are the people I want to have in my team and carry that forward?
Okay, basically, when I opened, I was the chef. And I remember on the opening night, I think I was a nervous wreck. And then I was the head chef, and we had another lady who was the head chef. And we had helpers who did the cutting and the chopping, and as they call the sous chefs, and the mise en place was done. And those guys only started training with us, and then I started giving them the recipes. And I basically feel I like to employ younger guys who are younger women, men, whatever, who would be interested in learning and wanting to grow professionally.
Yes.
Because when you take somebody who knows, who's got a lot of experience, I'm sure I would even learn from them, because I'm not a professional chef.
So from 13 years from before and from now, was there a diversity in the menu? Was there a change in the menu?
Yeah, plenty of change. I've learned through what the market wants, what the people want. First, initially, I started off with a very basic desi menu.
Okay.
And we had the thali, which was a vegetarian thali. And a few meat dishes too, but it was more on the desi concept. Actually, my philosophy has always been try and use local brands as much as you can. And
That's
I
great.
would make my own sauces.
Acha.
I would make my own sriracha, मैं खुद बनाती हूँ, teriyaki sauce मैं खुद restaurant में बनाती हूँ. Google करके recipes निकाल के I don't know, I've not learned any of this. But through trial and error.
I love the information you have given to us. I want to know, how is it as a mother-daughter duo?
Oh, we have rocking fights.
Really? But just as much fun, I'm sure.
Yes, because I guess I'm a old school of thought. She's more into social media. वो social media में देखती है क्या हो रहा है, क्या नहीं हो रहा है. Mama, you're doing this wrong. Mama, ये करो, Mama. And I said, नहीं, मुझे यही करना है. Like, I remember when I started wasabi prawns with pineapple salsa.
Yum.
Okay, and I started this, you could say, 12 years back or 13 years back. जब हम खोले थे, a year or so after that. Anyway, she says, pineapple salsa, it's always a mango salsa. I said, please taste it. And then tell me.
Try it. I should try it.
And at that point, she had a friend who had come, and she says, my mom has made this wasabi prawns with pineapple salsa. And even he turned around and said, Auntie, pineapple salsa? I said, please try it. And it is yet on my menu.
By the way, that's the one thing I order whenever I come here. So it is.
And the only reason I went for pineapple salsa was because mango is not available throughout the year.
और जब मैंगो होता है तो यहाँ पे मैंने देखा मैंगो सालसा हो जाता है
जी बिल्कुल.
अच्छा, तो we'll be moving towards the kitchen. उससे पहले आप प्लीज बताएं हमें कि आज हम कौन सी recipes और dishes try कर रहे हैं.
Okay, today we are starting off with one of my, when I launched this restaurant, that's the oldest dish I have. It is yet on my menu and it sells the most. It's called, initially हमने इसका नाम chicken tornado रखा था. अब मैंने इसको जरा, as you say, fine dining, chicken rollad कर दिया.
Oh no! And then I think we'll be doing another one
and
as well.
And then we have a specials board and where I keep trying out new dishes. तो हमने recently जो try किया था is mutton shanks pot pie. So हम वो आपको दे रहे हैं.
Okay, fine. That's so interesting. अब हम चलेंगे kitchen की तरफ. And it was so lovely talking to you, Miss Sunita.
Thank
Let's
you,
not
Aleesha.
forget that this is a female-renowned restaurant and one of the best in Karachi right now. So it was very lovely talking to you.
Thank you,
And I hope we just go towards the kitchen and I'll see you in a bit, yes?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Owner by day, chef at night, Ma'am Sunita has taken the reins of the Patio's kitchen. What are we making today?
So Aleesha, we're making one of our oldest dish that was when we started the restaurant. We started with this, and even today it sells the most. सबसे ज़्यादा यही बिकता
अच्छा
है.
यही बिकता. Okay, so
और इसका नाम chicken roulade.
Chicken roulade. Yum, yum, yum. A beautiful heart-shaped breast piece cut out in front of us.
हाँ.
Please tell us how we...
Basically, the chicken breast को हम वो कहते हैं half करके spread कर देते हैं, and then we hammer it between two sheets of plastic.
Okay.
And well, you have to इसको जितना आप पतला कर सकते हैं. फिर इसके बाद हम then ये हम spinach डालते हैं इसमें.
Since it is a chicken roulade, so I think roulade has something to do with a roll.
It will be rolled.
Yes.
Yes. And this is mozzarella cheese.
Big, fat
Chunk of cheese. And then we put some olives. And then we start rolling it up.
technique to this.
Yeah. Then we start.
And this was one of your first ever dishes.
Ever dishes.
Okay.
Okay.
Amazing.
And once we've rolled it all up, we just put a couple of toothpicks so that this has to go into marination now.
Oh, it'll be marinated further.
Yeah, it gets marinated for a couple of hours. And
hours?
Yeah, we keep it marinated.
So you probably have a lot of these pieces already rolled up.
Yes, we do have them on a daily basis. We make.
Okay.
Because this sells the most, so we like to
have it
pre-prepared. We can't do it at that time. So many orders.
Okay, so this is the marination.
Yes, this is the marination. Basically, I've already marinated one plate just now for you.
Can you tell us a little what's in this marination?
There's chili sauce, there's sambalik, and there are herbs and spices, of course.
Okay, and this is just a paste that it just sits in?
And oil.
And oil.
This is all made with oil. Okay. It is extremely raw, so I really would not advise you to try it.
But it's still a marination that we need to give it a go, right?
Yeah.
I know it's raw, but...
Spicy?
Lemony, actually.
Because the chili sauce has got vinegar in it.
Yeah, you can really taste that.
So now we do this. And...
अच्छा, तो इसका cooking का procedure क्या है अब?
अब basically ये grill पे हम ले जाते हैं.
ठीक है.
A grill pan.
Okay.
Not a barbecue grill, but a grill pan.
Okay.
And of course you oil the grill and all that. And then you put this. You get it cooked. Like you give it the coloring.
Okay.
And then you have to let it cook for a little while till you feel the chicken is done.
Just how you cook a chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
Okay, so let's go take it to the grill and maybe we can finish this off. That marinade has been lingering on my tongue. It's very nice actually.
I'm going to now oil the grill.
Okay.
Alright, it's a hot grill. We've already kept it hot.
Would you say this is a cast iron pan?
Yes, this is a cast iron.
Okay.
This is cast iron.
This can also go in the oven right away, yes?
Absolutely.
Even with the
stick? These handles are stainless steel.
Okay, perfect. Would you like me to hold it for you closer to the pan?
Actually, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's go. Very saucy, very drippy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Usually roulades don't have this kind of marination on it, as far as I've seen. Ooh. There's always a possibility जिसको roll करते हुए कि ये टूट जाए.
थोड़ा हल्का, yeah, देखें अभी थोड़ा हो रहा है, but when इसकी cutting जब हो जाती है ना, so you try and थोड़ा सा camouflage करते हैं.
Okay.
फिर इसके ऊपर sauce. Now the next process is sauce.
Okay. तो हम साथ-साथ sauce भी कर लें क्या? जब तक ये बन रहा है, I think we'll be making the sauce.
I'm making the sauce, yeah. So now there's oil and there's garlic over here. So now the garlic अभी जरा हल्का से brown हो गया, काला नहीं होना चाहिए.
ठीक है.
Now this is the same chili sauce that we used in the marinade.
Okay.
Okay. And it cooks very fast, so we have to be very fast about it. This is white pepper.
White pepper.
And there is thyme over here.
Yeah. So all the flavors that were in the marinade basically.
Yeah, basically the flavors in the marinade.
And again, no corn flour being used.
No, I don't use corn flour.
Why is that?
It's I don't like it as a thickening agent.
What would
This
you
is
use
chili oil that I've just
chili or
put in.
dala? What do you use as a thickening agent otherwise?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Let it reduce
See, it's
down so
already
much.
thickening. It's
Oh, wow.
reducing.
Okay.
So we don't really need. And this is the chicken powder that we put in. It's just a little bit of tasting because we put chicken and now I'm going to put fresh cream.
Fresh cream. Yum.
This is like a thickening agent.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Very colorful, I would say. Like, it's like a very strong orange just punching through.
Okay.
Now a little more mild, but it's
Would you like to taste it? It's
Yes,
hot.
I would love to. What is the point?
You think it needs more salt?
Oh, you could feel that hot sauce just going.
Yeah.
No, I think it's perfect the way it
Perfect.
is.
Okay. So
Yes.
now your sauce is ready.
अच्छा, so the sauce is done and we're moving towards making the pasta. जिसके अंदर pasta भी जाती है.
जी.
और I think we're using fettuccine.
Fettuccine, which is जो हम यहाँ पे restaurant में खुद बनाते हैं.
Amazing pasta made inside the restaurant, which is I think a lengthy process.
It is slightly lengthy, but we have now kind of got the hang of it, so it's easy.
Okay. So I'm really interested in seeing how this homemade pasta is being
No,
done.
we just put a little bit of garlic,
Yum. Thyme.
thyme.
Very nice. And this is your own creation, this dish, yes?
No, I won't say everything. I'm always inspired.
Okay.
It's you get inspired by seeing something and then you add on and you move on. Turn it around.
And how many people have to go through your tasting process to finally go like, okay, this is gonna be on the menu?
I first make my staff taste it.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I tell them, you feel the taste, what is missing, what should be added,
Amazing.
or what can be minused. So we work with that concept. I make them all taste it.
Because they are also food professionals in
Yes.
their own.
And they have to know the taste of what they're cooking.
Absolutely.
Okay, now your pasta is ready.
Pasta is done. अब हम जाएंगे plating की तरफ. So let's go and move there. On to plating, and this has a beautiful, lovely char on it with a smoky orange color on it. And I think we're going to cut it up. And do you make each sauce separately as well for each dish?
Yes.
Okay.
The sauce is made separately every time we get an order for this.
So what prevents you from already having it stored?
No, because it's cream based and cream gets sour.
Okay.
Okay, now we pick this all up
Yum, amazing.
and we put this in the dish.
Do you design the plating of how it goes, or does that is that some of the team members?
No, it's teamwork.
Okay. And it's just the simplest. It's not simple.
It's not simple. It's there a few extra steps in it,
Yeah.
but that makes it kind of
Elevates the dish.
yeah.
This is the lovely chicken roulade made by Chef Sunita herself. Because Chef Sunita, हम लोग usually इस show पे अकेले बैठ के review करते हैं. मगर since this is made by you, I would love for you to be sitting outside
Oh.
with me and sitting and we can eat and have a lovely chat. So let's go and
Aleesha,
have
look forward to it, and I really enjoyed doing this for you all.
We should go and we'll see you outside. At the lovely kitchen of the Patio, I'm here with Chef Bilal, जो हमें बताएंगे हम क्या बना रहे हैं आज. Please, Chef Bilal.
मैम मटन शेंक्स बना रहा हूँ.
Okay.
इसके इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं मेरे पास बे लीफ,
Okay.
पार्मेजान चीज
Okay.
एंड पार्सली, अमेरिकन पार्सली
Okay.
एंड वाइट ऑनियन एंड लीक सेलरी.
Okay.
This and salt, pepper, herb, thyme, oregano,
Other spices.
and yes, other spice.
अच्छा, तो ये एक लैम शाक हम बनाएंगे आज.
Yes.
इसकी प्रिपरेशन होगी. सही है. और इसको मैरिनेट करेंगे हम.
जी मैम.
तो आप प्लीज अपना प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करें तो हम लोग देखें.
ओके मैम.
Okay. क्या जाएगा इसके में पहले साथ साथ प्लीज हमें बताएं.
मैम ये चॉप्ड गार्लिक में इसमें ऐड करूँगा
ठीक है.
1 टीस्पून.
ठीक है.
उसके अलावा इसमें मैं क्रश ब्लैक पेपर ऐड करूँगा हाफ टीस्पून.
ओके.
उसके बाद में इसमें ओरिगानो, ड्राई ओरिगानो हाफ टी स्पून एंड चॉप celery.
Celery. Okay. और
Okay.
वैसे लैम को मैरिनेट करने में कितना टाइम लगता है या फिर ऑन स्पॉट ही होता है?
मैम ओनली तकरीबन 5 मिनट्स.
Okay. 5 मिनट बस मैरिनेशन करके
Yes,
आना है.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. और क्या ऐड होगा इसके अंदर?
मैम इसमें मैं चिली फ्लेक्स स्पाइस के लिए
ठीक है.
ऐड करूँगा और उसके अलावा इसमें मैं थोड़ा सा पार्सले ऐड करूँगा.
यम. और इसकी आपको पता है ग्रामेज कितनी होगी? कि आपको पता हो कि ये सर्विंग एक इंसान के लिए बहुत है?
मैम ये है 200 ग्राम.
ओके. और इसके साथ साइड्स भी होती हैं या फिर
जी
इसी
मैम
तरह
इसके
से?
साथ हम क्रीम स्पिनच
ओह यम यम यम. ओके.
और चपाटा ब्रेड भी हम सर्व करते हैं
Okay.
और उसके अलावा फुकेशिया ब्रेड भी हम सर्व
ओके,
करते हैं
वेरी
इसके
नाइस.
साथ.
ठीक है. ये मैरिनेट हो गया?
जी मैम इसमें मैं ऑयल ऐड करूँगा.
इस डिश का नाम क्या था अगेन?
मैम लैम शैंक्स.
लैम शैंक. सो दिस
Yes.
इज द शैंक पीस ऑब्वियसली लैम शैंक.
मैम इसको हम अंचली रिसोटो राइस के साथ भी सर्व कर सकते हैं
ओके.
और इसको हम पफ के साथ बेक करते हैं.
ओके.
उसके साथ हम क्रीम स्पिनच देते हैं, फुकेशिया ब्रेड एंड चपाटा ब्रेड चॉइस ऑफ.
अच्छा ये लैम शैंक पॉट पाई है?
यस मैम.
ओह ओके प्लीज. आई एम सो एक्साइटेड नाउ टू सी. मैं पहले समझी कि सिर्फ एक शैंक आ रहा है, फिर मुझे याद आया इट्स एक्चुअली अ पॉट पाई व्हिच इज वेरी
मैम
इंटरेस्टिंग.
इसको हमने मैरिनेट किया है.
हाँ.
अब इसके लिए हम पैन को हॉट करेंगे. ये पैन हम रखेंगे, इसको हम हॉट करेंगे. पैन हमारा हॉट हो जाएगा, उसके बाद हम इसको ब्राउन करेंगे.
ठीक है. और लैम को कितना टाइम वैसे लगता है? इसके अंदर भी स्टेक की तरह वेल डन मीडियम टेम्परेचर्स होते हैं या फिर हम इसके अंदर
नो मैम ये हम
different-
फुल कुक करते
Full
हैं.
cook
स्टेक
करते हैं.
हमारा होता है वो रेयर टेम्परेचर पे, मीडियम टेम्परेचर पे मैक्सिमम रेयर 45 टू 50 मिनट, सॉरी 50 के दरमियान होता है.
हाँ.
और मीडियम जो हम देते हैं उसको 50 एंड 55 के
मगर
दरमियान.
इसको हम फुल कुक करेंगे.
जी इसको हम फुल कुक करेंगे.
ठीक है. ओके. द ऑयल इज बबलिंग नाउ.
जी.
अच्छा तो आप कब से यहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं शेफ बिलाल?
मैम अंजलि मुझे यहाँ पे 8 ईयर हो चुके हैं.
8 years.
जी.
Okay.
इससे पहले पोम्पे रेस्टोरेंट में मैंने काम किया है, वर्क इन दुबई, आयरिश
Okay.
विलेज.
ओके. और तो आपकी कोई स्पेशलिटी है किसी कुजीन में जो आप या फिर आप
मैम
सब कुछ बना लेते
स्पेशलिटी
हैं?
मेरी है कोल्ड किचन में भी है, उसके अलावा कॉन्टिनेंटल में ज़्यादा है, डिज़र्ट में भी है.
ओके.
जी.
और यहाँ पे जो सर्विस होती है आप उसका कोई नाम देंगे कुजीन का या फिर इट्स जस्ट कॉन्टिनेंटल?
मैम हमारा एक्चुअली फाइन डाइनिंग है.
फाइन डाइनिंग.
उसमें हमारा जो है चाइनीज़ कुजीन भी आता है, कॉन्टिनेंटल भी आता है, थाई भी आता है, इटालियन, जापानीज़, मिक्स
फ्यूजन सब कुछ है यहाँ.
सब कुछ है.
बिल्कुल. ओके.
मैम अब हमारा ये पैन हॉट हो चुका है.
ठीक है.
इसके बाद हम इसको यहाँ पे ब्राउन करेंगे.
ऑल द स्पाइसेस इन इट. और इसका टेस्ट कैसा होना चाहिए?
मैम इसका टेस्ट होता है जैसे हमारा जो सॉस है ना, इसके अंदर ही इसका सॉस बनेगा.
ठीक है.
जो स्टॉक है हम अभी बनाएंगे उसी में हम इसका सॉस बनाएंगे.
वेरी एरोमेटिक हेयर ऑलरेडी. आई थिंक ये गार्लिक की स्मेल आ रही है इसमें ऑलरेडी. बट वेरी फास्ट. बहुत जल्दी ब्राउन हो गया ये तो. वैसे मीट को गलने में टाइम नहीं लगता ये तो?
मैम तकरीबन इसको 1.5 आवर जो है ना स्टोक में हम पकाते हैं इसको.
ठीक है.
कुक करते हैं. स्टोक के अंदर कुक करने के बाद हम कस्टमर चॉइस है, अगर हमारा जो पफ के साथ कस्टमर मांगेंगे हम उनको पफ के साथ सर्व करेंगे, रिसोटो के साथ भी सर्व कर सकते हैं इसको.
ओके. तो आप कह रहे हैं जो पॉट पाई बनेगा वो उसमें 1 घंटा लगता है?
मैम अदरवाइज 45 मिनट.
ओके. ओके. सो आई थिंक द बेकिंग प्रोसेस अगर इसको लैम शैंक कुक करने में इट्स वेरी फास्ट. मगर इसको जो सॉस बनेगा बाद में दैट विल टेक सम टाइम. यम. सो ब्राउन एंड वेरी. थोड़ी सी मैरिनेशन की थी बट इट इज स्मोकिंग अप इन हियर. द स्पाइसेस यू कैन डेफिनेटली स्मेल देम. वेरी नाइस. I love finding Parmesan cheese in kitchens. इसका क्या रोल होगा?
मैम ये अंटी एंड में हम इसको ऐड करेंगे इसमें.
Okay. A little Parmesan goes a long way.
मैम हम इसमें अब स्टोक ऐड करेंगे थोड़ा सा.
Smoky and scary.
टोमेटो पेस्ट हम
Tomato
इसमें
paste.
1.5 टेबल स्पून.
Okay. ये आपने पानी ऐड किया था ना?
जी मैम.
Okay.
स्टोक इसका अभी जो स्टोक मैंने बनाने हैं.
All right. Very smoky, very charred, like it's almost burning, but it's not. But steam is all over the place. अगर wow, color is so beautiful. सिर्फ पानी ऐड किया लेकिन इतना color निकला है already. For some, अच्छा tomato paste as well. Sorry, my bad. Forgot about that.
मैम इसमें हम क्रश ब्लैक पेपर ऐड करेंगे,
Alright,
हस्बे
more black
जायका,
pepper.
ओरिगानो
Oregano.
एंड स्पाइस के लिए चिली फ्लेक्स,
Okay.
सॉल्ट एंड
More celery.
celery.
If you can see, there's lovely colors happening here. इसका stew बन रहा है और ये cook होता रहेगा. इसको कितना time लगेगा?
And 1 in 50 minutes.
1 hour 15
Yeah.
minutes. Okay, that's gonna take some time. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back and our mutton shank is finally ready. आप देख सकते हैं कितना shrink हो गया है ये and the sauce is completely reduced down. Please, Chef Bilal, tell us what's happening here. ठीक है. इसका pot pie बनेगा.
Yes.
और ये देखिए कितना sauce reduce हो चुका है. And it still has that thick consistency, but they have not used corn flour, and they would say it's gluten free almost, their food. हमारे साथ हैं Chef Shuja, who's also a baker, and क्योंकि puff pastry involved है, तो फिर he will be taking the reins and showing us how it's going to be done. Please, Chef Shuja, please बताएं किस तरह से हम roll pastry use करेंगे. Amazing. ये आपने काट के पहले से तैयार की हुई थी? अच्छा ठीक है. Yum, this looks very interesting. I'm intrigued to see how this tastes. क्योंकि अंदर से there's a shank in it and it's going to be really wet. ऊपर से pastry, it'll be almost soupy with a crisp. I'm assuming, but very excited to see.
अब हम इस पे एग वाइट लगाएंगे कलर के लिए.
Okay.
एग वॉश.
Okay.
एग वॉश लगाएंगे कलर के लिए. उसके बाद हम 40 मिनट्स के लिए 180 टेम्परेचर पे ओवन में बेक करेंगे.
ठीक है. इसको 45 मिनट्स लगते हैं बेक होने में. तो
Yes,
जब
45 मिनट्स लगते हैं बेक करने के बाद. उसके बाद इसके साथ हम ब्रेड एंड क्रीम डिप्स देते हैं, स्पिनच क्रीम डिप्स सर्व करते हैं उसके
और ये
साथ.
आप एक बहुत बड़ा स्टॉक बनाते हैं ताकि अगर 3-4 ऑर्डर आए इसके लिए तो फिर ऑलरेडी इट्स रेडी टू गो.
यस,
ओके.
3 एंड 4 ऑर्डर हमारे पास रेडी होते हैं.
और इससे पहले सब स्टार्टर्स खाते
यस मैम, स्टार्टर. उसके बाद हम कस्टमर को बता देते हैं, इन्फॉर्म करते हैं कि 45 मिनट बेक टाइम है इसका.
ओके, ऑलराइट. Because it is made with time and patience, and that's what this lamb shack needs. अब इसके ऊपर लगेगा egg wash, because obviously you need that little glaze on it. Egg wash वैसे क्या करता है for the pastry? Color के लिए.
ब्राउन करने के लिए हम एग वॉश
और
लगवाते हैं.
crisp के लिए या फिर just the color?
मैम क्रिस्प पफ हमारा क्रिस्प है.
Okay, for the color we'll add the egg wash. Please, और इसको कितना टाइम लगेगा बेक होने में?
45 मिनट.
ओह, तो जब तक ये एग वॉश लगा रहे हैं और इसको बेकिंग के लिए डालेंगे, it'll take us some time. At Patio, a renowned restaurant owned by a mother-daughter duo, I'm here with Saima. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you today?
I'm really good. I just had the pleasure of having a great conversation with your mother, and now on to you, who runs the operational part of this restaurant.
Yeah, well, operation, more so catering.
Okay.
So my mother manages more of the dine-in experience and a la carte menu. I manage a lot of our catering, outside, off-site orders actually. We have quite a reputation in catering as well.
All right, so probably for weddings, corporate, and
Weddings,
everywhere.
corporate, you name it, we've done it. Some of the largest events in Karachi as well.
Amazing. So this has been a restaurant here for 13 years.
Yes.
How long have you played your role in this?
I joined my mother 3 years after she was in a partnership with a friend of hers, and unfortunately they were migrating. So after when she was leaving, we decided to join her at that point in time.
Okay.
So I've been here for the 10 years out of the 13.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been looking and overseeing, and you've been playing a role in marketing and getting the word out.
Well,
for the
yes.
restaurant. Yes.
When we opened, there were just around 4 places in Karachi. At least in this block, they were. Now, if you look at Karachi, it's totally changed. Mashallah, see, we got a lot of eateries. But I started off with marketing, Facebook page. उस ज़माने में Facebook शुरू ही हुआ था. सोशल मीडिया शुरू ही हुई थी. ये सारे फूड पेजेस खाली स्वॉट एक था हमारे पास. अभी अगर आप जाकर देखें तो हज़ार हैं. There's so many of them. I can't even count them anymore. So I used to be marketing mostly on social media for her.
Okay.
And managing customer feedback. That now involves Instagram, and now we have TikTok.
And was catering always there for 13 years, or is this
No,
something you
catering
brought
is,
in?
I would say, the last 5-6 years has really picked up.
Okay.
And a lot more in COVID. Well, before COVID, of course, we had started, but our reputation has over the last 5 years. The larger the events we are getting, it's become the largest event we did was for Dawood Group, the Dawood Arts Science Center for Children. We did the inauguration for that. We did the inauguration of the UBL building on Chandigarh Road as well. So these are some of the largest catering events we've done.
Because I think there's a high tea that happens here every...
Yes, we are known, we're the queen of high tea.
Yeah. So
in
there's
Karachi.
a whole buffet table that might
it comes in that corner actually, where on the other side we make a buffet for Thursdays and Saturdays, 4 to 7.
अच्छा यही तो एक खूबसूरती है कि you know आप family business के अंदर involve हों. The mother has been doing something कब से, and then the kids come along and they take them towards the social and the internet.
Well, I just saw my
things.
mother being very talented. I still think she's very talented, a lot of potential. But artists जो होते हैं ना, उनको control करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. Okay, उनको जो बनाना है बहुत खूबसूरत चीजें बनाते हैं, मगर the beauty of an artist is वो कभी सोचते नहीं है कि इसकी value क्या है. That takes away from the creative process. If you're going to just make things बेचने के लिए, तो उसमें creativity इंसान की मर जाती है, in my opinion.
That's true.
True art, if you see it, अगर आप किधर भी जाए, some of the top chefs जो आप दुनिया में देखें, creativity जो उनकी आती है, वो कभी सोचते नहीं कि ये बिकेगा या नहीं बिकेगा. And that's how they experiment.
Do you have a role in designing the menu as well?
Yes, I do. I go out a lot more than my mother does. And also I've seen trends change a lot of, as I'm getting older as well, there are new food trends that are coming in. COVID के साथ healthy food बहुत शुरू हुआ था. लोग बहुत conscious हो गए थे अपने eating habits के बारे में. So अगर आप मुझसे पूछिए 5-6 years, there's been a very big change in the eating patterns of Pakistanis. And ये casual dining की trend ज़्यादा चली है. Casual dining, not in the sense of fast food, but they want quick, healthy food, right? And they're not looking for your typical formal dinner, जो होती है ना steaks वगैरह. A lot of people looking for trendy like tacos, for example, Korean food.
I mean, if you look at the masses, yes, they always want something more than fine dine. And
Accessible also. Market has changed,
yes.
right? So this is a trend worldwide. Fine dining is taking a big hit, and other kinds of cooking, it's like you have people cook at least in the States, दूसरे मुल्कों में, they have what do they call those cars? They have food trucks.
Yes,
and that's a massive trend in the States, right? So we are also heading towards that way. Karachi Eats is a new thing. It's been around now for I think 6-7 years.
Yeah.
पहले ये चीजें कराची में नहीं होती थी.
But what do you think that the market needs right now? Like, what do you think the patio provides that the market needs?
Okay, now that's a tough question. Well, look, everybody is going to go and try a new place first. Again, once at least. The trick is making them come back. All right, and in my experience is the overall experience that a person gets from coming to a place. If you want good food, अगर आपको अच्छा खाना चाहिए, आजकल आप घर पर delivery मंगा सकते हैं. वो बेशक it will not be as good as if you're eating over there.
Yeah.
But still, you now have access to it. Like I said, things have changed a lot. So even good food is available. नहीं तो एक ज़माना था कि आपको खाली pizzas और burgers घर पर मिलते थे, right? Now you can get almost a hot pot to your house delivered.
Absolutely.
Right? COVID changed everything.
Yeah.
So now it's more about providing a person coming out on an evening who's dressing up, taking their family out. It's an anniversary or a birthday or something like that.
The experience.
They're coming for an entire experience. One of the things they're looking for is, is good food. You can provide them with an amazing ambience.
Yes.
And amazing service, everything 100%. But they have come for good food.
Absolutely.
So आपको तीनों चीजें देनी है इंसान. When they come for dining, you have to give them good food, a good ambience, and a good service. All three of them will make a person come back.
And all three of that is what Patio provides, by the way.
Well, we try.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that we're perfect. No.
I would answer your question that I asked, saying what is it that makes people come back. I think that Patio stays as a classic.
I don't like being referred to as a classic, but I'm getting used to it.
I like how humble you are being in this conversation.
A classic reminds me of like one of those old Fiat cars.
Italian
World War II की कोई गाड़ी park कर दी है. Classic है ये लोग,
But there's definitely something
I want to be referred to as young and hip and trendy because that's the crowd that actually, those are the, देखिए, जो खाने के लिए बाहर जाते हैं ना, they are between 20 and 31. They're young people, they're young professionals.
That's true. But tell me a little about this woman-renowned restaurant. I think you guys are one of the few in Karachi.
Yes, we are.
And tell us a little about that. How were the struggles and how you guys came up?
Well, that question I think applies to all women trying to make a living in Pakistan.
Absolutely.
All right. So whether it's you or me in any sector that we step into, hospitality isn't the easiest one. I will be very honest with you. It's not the easiest one because it's late hours in the night and safety, all of those things to be taken into consideration. Look, it's tough. But if I can do it, and I see if my mother can do it, the other women, other younger women will see us doing it, and they will also try.
Yes.
That's the way I look at it.
Do you think you guys had some negative?
Yes, of course. Over here, unfortunately, women working has not been normalized. It's getting there.
Better.
It's getting much better.
I love that you brought the struggles of women into this. If there's one advice you could give to the young women who are up and coming, wanting to get into this industry, what would it be?
Don't ever take no as an answer.
Love it.
Don't ever take no as an answer. If they say you cannot do it, I know we can, and we do it. And there are going to be a lot of people that say no to you.
That's really good advice. Thank you so much, Saima. I had a lovely time talking to you.
Thank you.
Joining me for our lovely tasting are both the lovely ladies and the mother-daughter duo, and we'll be trying the food together. So I didn't ask you guys, what is your favorite dish on the menu?
It happens to be Aleesha.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have. It's my favorite comfort food. It's my go-to food, and we get it in chicken and in prawns. So, and you can spice it up because it comes in a lovely sambal olek, or you can have it just the way it's made. So that's my favorite.
And coconut based is like, that's the best.
Yes, it's the best. It's lighter than a house weight, so it's not a commitment.
And what would a commitment entail?
Commitment is a bowl, what you're going to get right now. These are dishes that make you commit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about yours?
My favorite dish?
All of them. Since you made all of them.
No, I like my...
It's like you're asking my mother to pick which is her favorite child.
Who is it?
She won't. None. Well, after so many years, it's none.
Oh,
We're not children anymore. We're adults.
But I would love to know still.
I like what I enjoy eating when I'm here and I need to order something. As she said, laksa is one of them, and then there's the crab gratin.
Oh.
And we also have a sriracha butter prawns that I love.
Yummy. And but what would you recommend to people first time coming here?
Oh, that's a tough one because it depends on what a person likes. Some people don't like seafood, so when you ask them what do they prefer. When they're vegetarian, it's very straight up. If they have a lot of people don't like seafood, so recommended.
Okay, he's bringing some food in right now.
Okay, so this is it. This is what we call a commitment.
This is not a commitment. This is a burst of flavors, I'm assuming.
It is, but it is a commitment to eat. You can't talk and do this. It has to be.
Yum. How beautiful. Look at the plating.
Now, I'll let her show you how it's
yes,
done.
please. Look at the puff on this, please.
Pastry.
How do we start eating this?
I'll
Guide
just
us.
tell you, this is how you हमारे निकालते हैं, and if you want, we can.
Yum.
This
It's
is it.
falling off the bowl.
And I'll give you this piece.
I get the biggest
And-
piece.
No, you get the bony piece.
You get the bony piece. Basically, this is a comfort food. It's a pot pie.
Okay.
So basically, in college, this used to be my go-to food. So I would be asking her to make a chicken pot pie, and she made this. This is a mutton shank pot pie.
The smell and the aroma of it.
So this is baked inside. So that's why
Thank
it's
you
melted.
so much.
We can take some pastry for you.
Yes, please. I am loving this. ये अंदर से इसकी इतनी ग्रेवी है कि आपको अगर स्मेल आ रही हो इसकी, it is filled with spices. अच्छा, तो the meat has literally fallen off the bone and it has gone
देखिए
into
जैसे
the...
निहारी बनती है ना, like a stew. It's cooked and cooked and cooked जब तक सब गल जाता है. This is the same concept.
Amazing.
But in a pie.
So amazing.
is something we've started for the winter this season.
I hope you like the taste.
I'm going to call you mom after this. Is it actually?
Aleesha, you're being too kind.
When you said this is your comfort food, I now believe it.
Well, it's really easy to make. You put it. Well, back in the day, you ask him like oven bake or microwave में 5 minutes में डालो.
Acha?
Yeah, it's college food. It's you get like TV dinners. So you buy a ready-made pot pie and you just microwave it for 5 minutes and it's ready to eat.
And where did you go to college?
I
Was it in
went
Karachi?
to no, I went to the States. I went for art college, a bachelor's in arts.
I only asked that because a ready-made pot pie is impossible to find here. जायदाद कहाँ से निकल कर आई कि मैं
No,
इसको pot
she
pie
said she wanted pot pie. Now, the most common pot pie is a chicken pot pie.
Yes.
You didn't want to make.
जो सब बनाते हैं.
Well, it's always good कि आपका अपना कुछ different हो. And like you said, this is the oldest, I think.
The oldest one is the laksa that we told you about.
This is the oldest one that we.
This
Yum.
we opened with this dish and the laksa.
Yum, yum.
This is a new one. It's very very popular. सबको pasta पसंद है. ज़रा spicy है. It's in chicken. So this sells the most, to be honest.
Excited to try it.
And the pasta is made in house.
Yes. And what about your knowledge of food?
It all comes from her. I know bad food really well because she made good food for us all our life. In fact, the reason I learned to cook in Toronto is because I couldn't afford good food the way my mother made it for me. So I had to learn how to make it.
मम्मी का खाना हर जगह याद आता है.
नहीं, again, इंसान बेजार हो जाता है फास्ट फूड खाते खाते.
बिल्कुल.
वहाँ जब मैं कॉलेज गई थी यहाँ पर पिज्जा हट खुला था. When you go abroad आप सोचते हैं कि इतने सारे मैकडॉनल्ड्स है, ये है, वो है. And 6 महीने की बात है कि आपको दाल चावल याद आती है और बिरयानी याद आती है.
Actually, that is my comfort food.
दाल चावल.
And achar.
तो
Would you like to try
Yes,
this now?
please. I would love to, but after this,
you have to try a little.
I don't know if this is going to be at the same level because this was just
It's very different.
amazing.
They're
Very
little
different.
different.
Okay. I know this is more on the
Actually, one
spicier side. This was
No, that is not spicy at all.
That was not spicy. That was very, as you said, very comforting for sure. हम आ गए हैं roulade पे and it is so creamy and उसकी presentation भी इतनी प्यारी है. इससे पहले वाला जो mutton shank pot pie था was just, it was so good. और I really don't know अगर इसका I think flavor change completely होगा. It looks lovely और orange कितना है. Like this the color.
This is sambar leg.
Yum. जो मुझे खाने के बारे में पसंद आता है बहुत सारा is the colors of food.
That they attract you to the.
जो freshness आती है from the fresh ingredients and just I also like the science behind it the most. आप अभी देख सकते हैं कि मेरी प्लेट कितनी messy हुई हुई है. मैंने mutton shank pot pie खाया इनका and it was the best comfort food. So if you come to Patio, definitely check it out. It's very different, very unique, and it was a flavor bomb. It was really good and I just loved it. We moved to the chicken roulade. मैंने सोचा था क्योंकि हम लोग जब किचन में थे तो वो स्पाइसी होगा क्योंकि इसके अंदर बहुत सारा हॉट सॉस थे, बट एक्चुअली नहीं. उसको सारे कंपोनेंट्स मिला के it was just really nice and smooth. Again, I would say it was a comfort food. Roulade के अलावा the fact of this homemade pasta, it was just phenomenal. I don't know how many restaurants अपना खुद का पास्ता करते हैं, but over here ask them to give you just their homemade pasta with this roulade. It's so good. Miss Pseudo Boss, who takes over and does the operational matters, the lovely mother-daughter duo. We're gonna enjoy eating our food. Chef Special airs every Sunday, 5 p.m. Keep watching us. We'll be